Hey y'all, this is Emily.
And I'm Gina, and life gets a little bit hectic.
And we just want a little bit of coziness in our lives.
And what's cozier than a steaming mug of sweetness, a warm blanket, a cute dog, and a Hallmark movie?
Welcome to the cabin, everybody.
All right, Emily. Well, this is our first Christmas classic episode.
Very excited.
And we're doing White Christmas, which I'm very...
Because what else would you start with?
There is nothing else to start with. No. Okay, but before we start,
It's very hard not to.
let's talk about our drink.
Okay. We got a Merry Mocha.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look what you did.
It's a chocolate coffee combo.
Okay.
And I know how you feel about coffee.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's not too much coffee for you.
No,
Hopefully.
it looks wonderful,
It
especially in our mugs.
It does look very, very cute, clear.
So if you're just joining us,
yes.
one of our amazing friends/listeners got us these awesome Tervis clear mugs.
Yeah.
With a little embroidered patch on the front of it that says "Life is better at the cabin."
Oh my gosh, it's so perfect.
Right?
It's so perfect.
It is better at the cabin.
It really is.
Okay, I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
Oh, you had to put very little coffee in there.
It's not a lot. It's not a lot.
This is very good.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yes.
It's very. This
It's
is
comforting.
a cozy. This is a cozy
This is
drink.
very comforting.
I would recommend this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other ones they've been good, but I've been like, man, you gotta have I feel like this has got wide appeal.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I liked your face just now.
Yeah.
It was very.
The grog was great, and the smell of it was great.
Yeah.
But drinking this one feels so cozy.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this.
I love this. This is a really good one.
So how much coffee did you put in?
Okay,
because I
so-
really can't taste it.
This makes 8 to 10 servings. The ingredients list I'm going to give you here. So it's 12 cups of milk, whole milk.
Okay.
4 cups of fresh brewed coffee.
That's not much.
It's not. I mean, I don't feel like it's a ton.
No.
Or it doesn't. You can't taste it. You can't pick it up. But for the coffee lovers, there is the hint of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. 1 cup of sugar, or to taste. I know that's a lot of sugar.
I wish everybody could see your face just then.
'Cause I was like, yeah. Gina slowly puts her drink down. Optional, we did not do this, is the 1 cup of coffee liqueur. And then whipped cream for topping.
This is really good.
It's a very easy drink
It's very
to make, and I
Christmassy.
really like it.
Yeah. Great choice. And
That was thank you through my drink.
so this one's a keeper.
It's a wonderful drink.
Oh, and I'm just gonna stand here and hold it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna. It's very comforting.
That's our cute little mug.
Because I have a little bit of a stuffy nose.
Yeah.
So it's really, I love it. Oh,
It's the season. 'Tis the season for a warm,
cozy drink.
cozy mocha.
Well, look at it snowing outside.
I love it.
Yeah,
So
I think it's picking up. Look at that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's take a break.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, Emily. We're doing White Christmas.
I'm so happy.
I'm so happy.
And for our listeners, if you can't find this one on TV, if you have Netflix, it is on Netflix.
It is.
Which I'm so impressed that Netflix has White Christmas on there.
Right.
Yeah.
And of course, if you're like me, I just bought it. Because I probably watch it 20 times over the holiday season.
Love it so much.
A lot of times it's just on in the background.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when I sat down because I have probably seen this movie no less than 100 times. I sat down to write the synopsis for it. And it's a full page.
That's fair. There's a lot going on.
There is a lot going on.
And it's just such a perfectly scripted movie. Like, it's just so well done. You know, like it's a classic for a reason.
Well, I feel like though if I read this synopsis, I would fall into your category of how to summarize.
Right, because that's a lot. I'm looking over at your notes there, and
so I think it's safe to say that we have 2 song and dance men, and they begin their friendship in the war, and one of them saves the other. and he uses that guilt for the rest of his life
So relatable.
to pretty much get whatever he wants.
Works for him.
And what he and Bing is famous going into the war. So everyone
Bing plays Bob Wallace.
right,
Yep.
and everyone knows who he is.
Already, yep.
Because you'd have to pay $6.60 or $8.80 to see a show like that.
Done.
Yeah.
Nicely done. Yep.
And so
That's a line. That's a line from the
Danny
movie.
Kaye guilts him into becoming a business partner with him.
Yeah.
And the two of them become smash hits.
Yeah. Bing was a solo act.
He was.
He was happy being solo.
He does a single, not a double.
Yep. He
So
does.
yes. So
Just the quotes.
the
People,
quotes.
I need you to like keep track at home because she is just already.
I love this movie so much.
Yeah. I am so excited for your Christmas crackers. I know we haven't even got through this synopsis yet, but like, man, I was really struggling. I'm like, I just want to know one thing that Gina doesn't know. Just one.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
So, anyways, they're in Florida, and it's right before the holiday season.
Yep.
And a pal from the army allegedly writes them a letter and says, "Can you please go
Allegedly.
have a look at my sister's act?" And so they go to Novella's, the nightclub, and they see the Haynes sisters,
Yep.
which becomes this huge event. And the Haynes sisters have to blow out of town very quickly, and so they help them, of course. They all end up in Vermont at the Columbia Inn, where they see the general
Love the general.
from the war.
Yep.
And he is obviously hurting because there is no snow in Vermont. And the boys decide to bring their entire show to Vermont.
After they had given them the time off.
Right. 10 days off.
Yeah.
No, completely
With
paid.
pay.
By the way, we
Yeah.
need you up here for Christmas Eve.
Right.
And the girls fill in where the acts that can't come. They have this enormous show. There's a whole love thing between Bob and Betty, and it ends up snowing on Christmas Eve.
It's wonderful.
And that was pretty good for the amount of stuff I have written down here.
Yeah, you did a good job.
Thank you.
Yeah. I was like, how's this going to go?
No, I bottom lined it.
GT did good. She did good.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. But all right, so let's go back.
Okay.
So Bob Wallace is Bing Crosby, and Phil Davis is Danny Kaye.
Yep.
And then we have Major General Thomas Waverly, played by Mr. Dean Jagger.
Yep. Who
Betty
was-
Haynes, who was Mary Clooney. Judy Haynes, Vera Ellen.
Love her.
I know. And Emma Ellen, which is the clerk slash
Housekeeper.
maid housekeeper, is played by Mary Wicks. Okay, so I do have a really quick little nugget of information
Little
here, which you
cracker?
probably already know.
Yeah.
But Bing Crosby, out of that entire cast, was actually the oldest.
Dang it. Yep, that was one of mine. Yep.
Yeah, he's 51.
He's older than the
Dean
general.
Jagger, yeah.
And the youngest
By 7 months.
was Rosemary Clooney.
26.
Yeah, 51-year age difference.
Yes.
That's insane. But she's younger than Vera Ellen.
Yeah, Vera Ellen was 33 and Danny Kaye was 41. So, but if you look at Bing Crosby next to Rosemary Clooney, I mean,
Yeah.
Rosemary Clooney looks 26.
She does. Yeah.
But they look like they could be a couple.
Yeah.
They don't look like there's that much of an age difference.
It's not a
between
weird
them.
one. It's not.
No.
It doesn't feel like Hollywood pushing some kind of agenda.
Right.
There. You know, it jives up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So originally, Fred Astaire was supposed to play Danny Kaye's role
I know.
because they were pairing them back up after Holiday Inn, which was a huge success.
It was a huge success that doesn't have the staying power of White Christmas.
It does, but you know what? In
What?
my family, we start watching Holiday Inn at the
You
beginning of
do?
November.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we watched that through Thanksgiving.
So what pair up do you like more? The Danny Kaye Bing or the Fred
Heck
Astaire?
yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I am not a fan of Fred Astaire.
I'm not either. I
mean-
don't like him.
He can dance,
He 100% can.
but I am not a fan of Fred Astaire
I'm
at
not.
all.
And I actually don't care for Holiday Inn because of Fred Astaire.
Really?
Yeah.
You know why I don't care for Holiday Inn?
Because White Christmas was... No, why?
No, Blackface and Abraham.
Okay, that's what I was telling my husband. I was like, listen, that doesn't really have the staying power, the Holiday Inn.
And that's,
It's,
but you know what?
not aged well. Yeah.
Well, White Christmas is 10 years later.
Yeah.
And they made the decision to not have blackface in White Christmas.
Good.
And I think that if
Oh
they
my goodness,
would have,
yeah,
that would have impacted its legacy for sure.
I am impressed that they made that decision. They knew better.
In only 10 years.
Yeah,
they made
knew
that
better.
decision.
Yeah.
Because they have the minstrel number.
Yeah, I know.
The minstrel show.
I know.
And
let's talk about
yeah.
like edge of my seat right now.
The minstrel show, I mean, that's dicey.
Yeah, it is.
They really could have gone down the wrong path with that.
100% could have.
And it bothered me a little bit. I remember the first time I ever saw that movie, and they started talking about a minstrel show, and I'm like, why are they talking about this?
I don't know.
But they could have then, and they made the choice not to.
They didn't. Yeah. I agree. Because I actually had never seen Holiday Inn until last year.
Really?
Yeah, because I love the song White Christmas so much, and I was just looking it up, being the nerd I am, and because I assumed it was from White Christmas, but it's from Holiday Inn.
Yeah.
The song is from, and so I'm like, well, I gotta see this movie. And then, the blackface really bothered me. Yeah, and so it's not one. I just think that White Christmas.
Well,
10 years
because
later.
Holiday Inn does, honestly, Holiday Inn, that's my dream job. Like, have an inn.
Yeah. Did you know it's the same inn?
Yes, it is.
Oh, darn it, I was hoping.
It's the same inn.
This is not amateur hour, kids. Okay? Anything we throw at GT, she's going to know this already.
And this is why it's so grayscale.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at it in White Christmas, because White Christmas was the first movie filmed in VistaVision.
VistaVision. I had that in my notes.
Which was Paramount's version of HD. And that's why it still shows so well today. Like, if you show it in the movie theater today, it shows like an HD movie.
And the VistaVision, that's just the wide, flat screen with better color, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, because Holiday Inn was in black and white, the entire set from Holiday Inn was painted in grayscale.
Okay.
So they really didn't update it for White Christmas.
Yeah.
So if you'll notice, the whole Columbia Inn is pretty much in grayscale.
That was a cracker. I don't even think cracker covers how good that was. That was like 10 Christmas crackers. Like,
but I want to go back to White Christmas.
Okay, yeah.
So Irving Berlin wrote that. And this one, I didn't want to include this, but this is so interesting to me because he wrote that. Did you know that Irving Berlin's 3-year-old son passed away on Christmas Day?
No, I did not know that.
And they think that White Christmas was written for him.
No. Wow. That is the goosebumps. That's
I know.
The feels. Yeah.
That was, I read that and I thought, I had no idea.
Yeah. It's a heartbreaker.
So it was first used in Holiday Inn, and it won an Oscar for Best Original Song in 1942, which was really awesome, and of course it should. But speaking of singing, do you know that Vera Ellen could not sing a lick?
That was Rosemary Clooney's voice?
And Trudy Stevens, I think is her name.
The only part that she actually sings is when they get off the train and they're harmonizing the snow.
Because I imagine they could probably isolate her voice and take it down.
Yeah. Because I remember, even like as a child, thinking that doesn't sound, when she does that harmonizing, she's a little off. Right? And I do not have an ear for that kind of thing. You trust me, ask my husband. Tone deaf. Yeah.
The funny thing is, though, I think I can sing.
Oh, that doesn't stop me.
No, it's like I think that it sounds okay. Yeah. And then I look at my family's face and they're like, no, that's not right.
Stop.
Yeah,
my
please
children
stop
always
that.
like, that's not okay, Mom. Shut that down.
But actually, when Irving Berlin, he is the only Oscar presenter ever to open his own envelope.
To present himself.
Yeah.
And he's like, I've known this guy for a long time.
Yeah.
Irving Berlin, he's a character.
So Vera Ellen was obviously known for her dancing. I mean, that's why they grabbed her up.
Yeah.
Did you see her prior to this, On the Town?
No.
With Gene Kelly?
No.
So she was in On the Town, and Gene Kelly and Fred Astaire and Jules Munchin were 3 sailors that were on leave. And they were trying to find this calendar girl, and Vera Ellen was a calendar girl.
Oh.
And so she was through, and Gene Kelly was known as being this, like, he was really strict about his dancing.
Yeah.
And she held her own with him.
Yeah.
So she's a pretty amazing dancer.
She really is amazing. Like, she's, you know, she's just unstoppable on there. She really can.
Well,
keep
Danny
up.
Kaye couldn't keep up with her.
No. Did you see? And I know we haven't got there yet, but there is a part where she trips. Yeah.
And
over
gracefully lands on his knee.
You would not. I had to go back. I read about it after, and I had to rewind to fight it. I'm like, yeah. By goodness.
And that was the scene at Novello's.
Yes.
When they're outside.
Yeah. Hey, though. Vera Ellen?
Yeah.
Where's she from?
Norwood.
And who did she carpool to dance class with?
Doris Day! Yes! I was holding on to that because I didn't think you would find it.
Nope, I found that one.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, there's no way Gina doesn't know this.
I was ecstatic. Could you imagine being in that car?
No! Listen,
mean,
I carpool kids all the time. I'm like, which one of you is Doris? Which one of you is Vera?
Vera Ellen and Doris Day are in the back going to dancing lessons.
Right.
That's crazy.
They must have had some kind of dance school up there in over there in Norwood, Ohio. Yeah.
We should find out where they went.
Which is a suburb of Cincinnati.
Yes, which is why we're so excited.
We're very excited about that.
I've always been excited that Doris is from Cincinnati.
And Rosemary, also from Cincinnati.
Well, she's from Kentucky.
Well, okay, I'm counting
but
it.
still.
CBG.
It's the same, right? CBG. All right, so let's back it up.
I know, I can't help it. I knew the.
So excited. I love this so much. Okay, so let's back it up to the very beginning where we find Danny Kaye and Bing Crosby putting on a Christmas Eve show for the 151st Division.
What a backdrop.
Right?
What a backdrop.
Yeah. And did you know that the 151st Division doesn't actually exist?
I did not know that.
Because I looked it up, because I thought my dad was part of the Marne Division.
I could see you
in Europe.
Yeah.
And so I saw that one of those patches, and I thought, I don't think so, and so no, it wasn't.
Ooh, it's getting a little windy outside. Do you hear it?
Yes.
Yeah.
That storm is really picking up.
I think we're all cozy in here.
Good thing. It's nice and warm. I love this drink.
Yeah.
So they put on this nice show, and the General Waverly is being relieved, and there's a new general in town. One of my favorite parts is when General Waverly tells the Jeep driver to take a right or whatever, and he takes him the long way back to HQ.
And he says that somebody's going to be a private tomorrow. That sergeant's going to be a private tomorrow?
Yeah.
Like, that hurts my feelings.
Yeah, but he says that sergeant will be a private in the morning, and he says, well, isn't he lucky?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So, yeah, for sure. So they have this nice little party, and just when they start to say really good things about General Waverly, he yells attention, and everyone stands up.
He's not going to have it.
Yeah, he can't handle it. So he goes up to the front, and that's when he kind of calls Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye on the carpet. And that's the first time we see the two of them together.
Yeah.
And so there's they sing the song, "We'll follow the old man," blah, 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 blah.
Wherever he may go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so... and then there's the bombing. And this is where Danny Kaye picks up Bing Crosby and throws him underneath
the truck. The Jeep,
and saves his life, but hurts his arm in the process. So flash forward to the first aid tent, and Danny Kaye is sitting on the bench. Yeah. And he comes in, and that's when they have the discussion, if there's anything I can ever do for you, just let me know.
And he's like, well, since you asked, check out this song. Yeah.
And he says, well, I'm a single.
This is a duet.
Yeah. And this is also one of the biggest editing issues for me.
Oh.
Because Bing Crosby is sitting at the end of the cot.
Yeah.
And his legs are at the end of the cot. And then they literally, you can see the cut for the edit. And he's sitting right beside Danny Kaye.
Wow.
It's a terrible edit.
No, I did not. I've seen that so many times and I've never noticed.
So he says they agree to give it a try, and this is what kills me. Danny Kaye takes his arm out of the sling and shakes his hands. Yeah.
And Bob's like...
He does the second look. Yeah. Because he's heading out the door, and he stops and he turns around and looks.
Now, hold on, because I cut you off earlier. It was supposed to go to Fred Astaire, and then the part was supposed to go to...
Donald O'Connor.
And then to Danny Kaye.
Uh-huh.
Mistake, win! Right? Danny Kaye, this part is made for him.
It is, but they did have to rewrite it for him. They rewrote some of it for him.
To make it more reflective of how funny he is.
Yeah. But Donald O'Connor reminds me of a smaller Danny Kaye. Because he was in Singing in the Rain.
Okay, yeah.
And so he was the comedy sidekick in Singing in the Rain.
Right.
So it kind of makes me think, I wonder if they rewrote it for him, they probably didn't have to do too much for Danny Kaye. All right.
Okay, winner, loving.
So then we have, the guys, they go through the montage of how successful they're being.
After World War II, they really they come back and successful career, those two.
Yeah.
The montage of it. Love it.
We have like 3 or 4 variety newspapers, which they're all the same variety. Like the only thing they change is the headline.
Yeah.
On all of them.
Yeah.
And then...
They're the ones who are covering the entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then they end up, it's Christmas. And they come off after Blue Skies, I think, right?
Nothing but blue skies.
Yeah. They come off after Blue Skies. And you can see how busy they are because backstage is crazy. And then that's where we meet. And we realize that Danny Kaye is trying to set Bing Crosby up with anyone.
Yeah.
And everyone.
How are you doing?
Yeah.
Mutual, I'm sure.
Yeah. Mutual, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Well, how do you like that? So much as have an apple. So Bing blows them off.
Yeah.
He says, well,
that's not his type.
No. If Danny Kaye is legitimately trying to set him up, because his reasoning is if he helps Bing find a woman,
he can have 45 minutes to himself.
He can have 45 minutes all to himself.
5 minutes a kid. 9 kids.
If he has 9 kids, then I'll at least get 45 minutes to myself. So they go in the dressing room and they end up kind of bickering, but they have a serious conversation where he says, you have to find someone because I need some time.
Right.
And so we find out that...
Bing's like, hey, you're talking some sense here.
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah, I'm hearing what you're saying to me. Yeah.
And I would like that too. And so they go to Novello's, which is a nightclub there in Florida that has constantly bothered me.
Why?
It's open.
Yeah. And there's a lot of rain in Florida.
Florida thunderstorms are nasty.
I'll tell you what, though, because I'm like, seriously, is that in Florida or is it in Cuba? Because it is...
That does look Cuban.
I'm like, this is a place I want to go to the next time I go to Florida.
Right.
There's not really anything like that.
Yeah, but could you imagine how sticky it would be?
No, but it's so lovely.
It is very lovely.
Yeah, there's a lot of humidity.
Right.
Yeah.
Like when the sisters get done with their act, they should be glistening.
There should be a gleam.
Right.
A gleam to them.
Especially with those gloves on.
Yeah, the whole getup.
Yeah.
The high neck. Yeah.
Do you know that in Rosemary Clooney's museum down in Kentucky, that outfit is down there?
No.
Yes. We should do a road trip.
Road trip.
That would be fun.
Also, do you know that they're going to show this movie coming up here at the Esquire a couple nights?
What?
Yeah. I feel like we should get a group together.
Like we should do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Some podcast buddies. Yeah.
Okay, so we're at Novello's, and we find out that Judy and Betty Haynes are backstage, and they're getting ready to go on. Second editing mistake that bugs the crap out of me.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Please don't. I don't know if I want you pointing these out. It's just such a perfect show to me.
It.
All right, do it for the people.
All right, so Judy is standing with her coffee mug in her hand.
Yeah.
And she fills it up.
Is it a Mary Mocha?
Oh, I don't know, but it should be.
Oh, wait. Yes, I know what you're talking about. Go ahead.
She fills it up.
Yep.
She puts the coffee pot down. She turns around, and they go to Betty, and they cut back. And she's standing there with a coffee carafe in her hand again.
Yep.
So, yeah, that drives me nuts.
I thought she was just refilling her cup.
No.
She was like,
she already
that's not
did.
enough, because she only put like an ounce in. First time she put it in. I was like, that's not enough coffee.
Try it again.
Try it again, lady. Listen, though. Judy is my kind of girl.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Her little deceitfulness there. I feel like I'm being too telling about myself.
It's an angle.
Everybody's got an angle.
Everybody's got an angle. And
you gotta make your own way.
You do.
You gotta make your own way.
So people need an angle.
Well,
it's not just in show business.
They weren't gonna just stop in.
Right. She had to make it happen.
Yeah.
We got angles.
We got angles.
We got all kinds of angles.
We don't even know our angles.
That's right.
Watch out for us.
So this is also when we find out that Freckleface Haynes, the dog boy, is Alfalfa.
Alfalfa! He's the original Alfalfa.
Yeah, from our gang.
Okay, because listen, I was like, that brother is not bad looking.
No.
He's not a bad looking kid.
He's not Freckleface Haynes, the dog face boy.
Look this kid up. And I was like, well, it's Alfalfa.
Yeah.
From the original Alfalfa.
Do you know that he's also Donna Reed's boyfriend in It's a Wonderful Life when they go to the school dance?
No. Did not know that.
Yeah, when they go to the school dance when the swimming pool.
You got me with that Christmas cracker.
Yeah. He's standing there and he's really mad at Jimmy Stewart.
Fair. Jimmy's swooping in.
Yeah.
He's got the Jimmy Stewart swoop.
Okay, so.
All right. God, I love that performance of sisters. So I have a twin sister, and my twin sister and I used to watch this movie, with my grandma very, very frequently, and we would do that song.
Would you?
100%. Yeah.
So I told you I called my mom this morning because one of my earliest Christmas memories was her and her sister, Mary, singing Sisters Together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And so my Aunt Me would always start it with, I could hear her coming around the corner going, Sisters. And then my mom would jump right in with it.
Yeah.
That is such a good...
I wanted to do it as the talent show. We were like, let's do this for the talent show.
Oh.
Yeah. But
that would have been good.
Would it have been? Or would the rest of the students in 7th grade been like...
7th grade might not have been a good choice for that.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. No, they would have eaten you alive.
We were nerds.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Okay. So anyways, that's a great number. Mm-hmm. They look stunning in it.
God, I love them so much.
And I love it when Danny Kaye says, look at those brown eyes.
Yeah.
And Bob is like, no, blue.
Yeah.
And brown, blue.
Yeah.
So do you think at that moment that Danny Kaye is smitten with
Vera?
Yeah.
Yeah, Judy? I think so. Yeah. You don't really focus on that romance, but
right.
There's a connection there for sure.
Yeah, and it kind of grows through the movie. Mm-hmm. But I think because Bob and Betty's is right away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though it's a little hostile.
Yeah, it is a little hostile.
Yeah, but it's right away. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so when they sit down and start talking, Bob and Betty are like, right away, they're like, pretty hostile back and forth.
Yeah, but then they're scooting their chairs closer together.
Right, I noticed that for the first time.
Yeah.
Listen,
that's a common trope though, like the that's a Sam and Diane, that's a where they hate each other kind of situation, but there's because it's a fiery chemistry.
But I thought that was so cute when they scooted their chairs together.
Yeah,
that was adorable.
I think so too.
And then that's where we see the big dance between Danny Kaye and Vera Ellen.
Yeah,
and I thought
they're like, let's take this to the other room. We need to get a dance number out here to get these feelings fleshed out.
I was just struck by Hollywood sound stages.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because the amount of water that was on that sound stage. Mm-hmm. And when they tap up onto the boat and then take the little...
Also, though, not enough tap dancing today. There needs to be more tap dancing.
There does need to be more tap dancing.
I'm like, this is like a no-brainer. That's a skill. And it's awesome to watch.
Yeah.
Up on top of that boat.
My mom made me take a year of tap dancing.
Can you do that dance on that boat?
I cannot do the dance. I can do some weird little dance, but not that one. Yeah. She made me quit soccer for a year and take that.
You will tap dance.
You
are the next Vera Ellen.
I was not.
I put in my notes, not enough tap dancing. We need more tap dancers.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
So
listen, Hollywood.
They were so concerned that Danny couldn't keep up with her.
Yeah.
That they had to put in these dances where he could.
Yeah.
And that's why they actually put in choreography. So he would have more screen time.
That's a trippy little number.
We'll get to that.
We'll get there.
Not a fan of that.
Oof.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
So, one of my favorite scenes too is when, the landlord comes in and says that the girls are trying to rip him off.
Get out of a $200 rug burning fee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to know what happened there.
No, I know. Do you think the girls really burned the rug?
No, I don't think so.
I think they did.
Do you?
They got an angle.
Wait. That's why they skedaddled.
Yeah. Pack up your stuff.
Let's go.
I want to pay this $200.
So, Danny Kaye, realizing how much Bing is in love with Betty, says, okay, we have got to make this happen. So he decides to help the girls. And they get Novello to keep the police at bay.
Busy, yeah.
Yeah, and Danny Kaye throws the girls out the window, basically. And how many cabs are behind that place?
I don't know. I'm like, why is there a cab behind the restaurant? People are often sneaking out the back.
Here's the thing. They're hanging one leg out the window, yelling cab, and it just comes out of nowhere.
Like, ah, here it is. They Ubered that on their app. On the app.
So the girls go, and they say they're going to pack up and bring everything else with them. Yeah. Basically, we'll see you later.
Yeah.
And Danny Kaye gives them the train tickets.
Yep.
The train tickets. Mm-hmm. And so here they are with the train tickets, and then they have to stall. So what do? They perform
Sisters again, which was not originally a part of the movie.
Right.
Yeah. They wrote that in. So Bing and Danny were joking around doing it, and they loved it, so they wrote it in.
Yeah.
And they, so when they're laughing, actually during it, when Danny hits Bing, that's for real.
Yeah.
They were just messing around.
And they actually had a couple of takes.
Did they?
Of that, and they used the one where Bing is laughing the most.
It's okay. I do have questions. Why was it on a record already? How was that on record?
Well, the Hain Sisters were popular.
They were.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, they had their own record.
Did they? I mean, because they got their own record. Did they really even need Wallace and Davis then? Because why they got their own record. I feel like you're pretty. It's like having your podcast on iTunes. Do you need? Check us out. We're on iTunes now. Yes. So excited.
Good job.
Oh my god.
Subscribe.
Hit that subscribe button.
Okay. All right. This is quick, but I need to take a break.
Is it the drink?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I got to take a break for a second.
Are you emotionally overdone?
I'm emotionally exhausted. I love this movie so much.
Because I'm so excited.
Yes. All right, let's take a break.
All right, I figured.
Okay, we're back.
All right.
I kind of felt like we were on an out-of-control train, so I had to put the brakes on. Oh, train. Look what I just did.
I know, you did. That was a nice segue. I do want to mention, though, listen, because I was telling Gina during the break, I just want to know one thing you don't know. And then she just dropped this gem that she's read 2 books cover to cover about White Christmas. So I just put my notes away.
Shut up.
I'm done.
I know you have something. I know you're not done. All right, the train.
Lock it up.
So they're on the train, and they get on, they're running to catch the train, the guys are. And they jump on the train, and they realize that they don't have any tickets. Mm-hmm. So they have to pay to stay up in the train car all night long.
Right.
And it's $97.
That's very costly.
Is it for both of them?
I believe, yes, for two. For two.
All right, then that's believable. But I thought, that's expensive.
Can you go, like today, can't you go cross country for like $69 or something like that?
I don't know that.
Like,
but I thought for sure when he asked how much it was going to be, it was going to be like $5.50.
Yeah. Well, they got to go all the way up the coast, Florida to New York.
Yeah. And did you know that the trains that they show are West Coast trains?
No.
Yeah.
Why?
Those aren't even East Coast trains that they're showing. From Florida, too.
Yeah.
So they showed the wrong train. Okay. So.
How did you know that?
The book.
Oh, the book.
Yeah.
Okay. How are trains identified? I'm getting us off track.
It was some kind of like Santa Fe Express.
Okay.
Was the one that they actually showed on the movie.
Right, because they were filming it out west.
Right.
That adds up. That checks out. Okay.
So the guys are in the club car, and the girls come in. Of course, at this point, Bing is ready to go back there, jerk the door open. And what did he say? Yank them out by their hair?
Their blonde hair.
Yeah. And that's when they show up.
Yeah. And they were so thankful.
Yes. That he couldn't do anything. Yep. But here is one of the best songs of the movie.
Snow.
And
that wasn't even originally supposed to be the song.
Right.
It was supposed to be a song called Free. More information than Gina already knew.
Which was, I thought it was funny that they basically took the melody and changed all the words.
Free,
One of my favorite parts is when they take the napkin and they make the little Vermont
so
melt.
Cute.
I know, it's adorable.
It was supposed to be about snow, and look how easy they made that.
Yes, it was all. So they show up in Vermont, and what's the problem?
There's no snow.
There's absolutely no snow.
It's warmer than Florida.
In fact, it was 69 yesterday.
Yeah. Hadn't had snow since Thanksgiving. Do you hear my hope every time that I'm going to know something, and then towards the end of it, I just crash?
Oh, you got it. You got it. You got it. And so this is the time where Vera Ellen actually sings her own when they're getting off of the... Okay.
Sounds like me.
The car from Columbia Inn.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm in love.
I love it too.
That car is amazing. Mm-hmm. And so they swing back to the Columbia Inn.
Yep.
Which is actually the inn from
Holiday Inn.
Mm-hmm. And that inn is, I think for me, is the definition of coziness.
Yeah. Gosh, wouldn't you like to stay there? Can I find it?
I don't know.
That lobby with the fireplace.
Yes.
And it's mid-century modern, and I don't care. That's not my favorite.
You don't know?
No, but I love it.
I love the entire thing.
Ski lodge, yeah.
Oh, the ski lodge. And then when you actually go into, like, the area where they entertain, that whole alpine look, oh my gosh.
Love it.
And the open fireplace.
Yes.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I could live there.
I could.
We should go look for it.
Let's go find it.
I bet there's got to be something close to it out there. We can find it.
But it'll be in California, right?
No, but we have to go to Vermont.
Oh, I get what you're saying. There's got to be something stylized.
Right.
If somebody knows about something, let us know.
Please.
Yeah.
Because we would take a road trip.
When we do Christmas Con, we could just swing up to...
Why not?
Yeah.
In New England somewhere, there has to be an inn like that.
I've searched so long.
Yeah.
High and low.
We'll find it.
Okay.
Okay, so they... this is where General Waverly comes back in.
Serendipitous.
Yes.
Happy accident.
But doesn't he look like a little beaten down to you?
He does.
Which I don't understand. Because here's what I'm thinking.
He sunk his retirement.
But fine. Look at life accomplishments.
Yeah.
A major general. Fought for our nation in World War II.
Yep.
Came home and bought this amazing inn.
Yeah.
You let me say it again.
Okay. Because it's warranted. It is an amazing inn.
It is an amazing inn.
Yeah. I will not... you to put yourself down.
They act like that's something bad. Like he should be sleeping on the streets or something. Right. That is quite an accomplishment.
It's an accomplishment.
You know what it is? It's that housekeeper.
Yeah. Emma?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. It sounds like you don't like her.
Well, she's kind of a busybody that causes a lot of problems.
I put in my notes, love that housekeeper. Love her.
I did like her, but
she's keeping that house under order.
It took 15,000 men to replace her. But come on.
I love her.
If she would have listened the entire time, there would not have been an issue with Bob and Betty.
We wouldn't have had a movie.
We wouldn't have had a movie. You're right.
Jumping ahead here.
Yeah. She has an extensive background.
Does she?
Yes.
In what?
Mary Wicks? Mm-hmm. Well, she was most notably in Sister Act 2. All the Sister Acts, actually.
Yeah, I love her.
Yeah.
I didn't know. God, I love that movie so much.
I know, I do too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she was, that was kind of her thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so the general says, if you leave, I'll sue you. Because he loves seeing his old buddies.
Yeah.
He's enamored by the girls.
Yeah.
And so he expects them to perform.
Right.
And so we flash forward, and they're performing. And so it's an empty lodge.
Yeah.
What did you say? There's like 5 people in there?
About.
Yeah. And so they're doing their sister.
Yeah. Sisters.
And they're, Bing and Danny are sitting there, and they're watching the general. And the general sheepishly grabs this menu, is leaning against the post. And I'm like, come on. I mean, I know it's the movie. But he looks like this little puppy dog.
Aww.
And so the girls come and sit down, and they start talking about what can they do. And I think it's hilarious because they said that they needed something that you would normally find in Vermont.
And they said dig up a Democrat.
Yeah. Which I think is hilarious.
I think that's funny too.
Because Vermont is so Democratic now. And did you know Danny Kaye? Or they said, yeah, you could dig him up, but they'd probably stone him.
Yeah.
Danny Kaye was a serious liberal Democrat.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. Okay, so this is where, Danny
They come
Kaye,
up with the idea.
Yeah, to bring the entire show up.
Never mind that 10-day paid vacation.
How do you do that?
Show up. Hey, when the bosses ask, buddy.
Right.
And they probably didn't want to be at home anyway. They probably want to be dancing.
Well, everyone obviously shows up.
Right. And they say, like, the people who can't come, they'll fill them in with the Haynes sisters.
Right.
Also, it looks like they just totally rework everything.
Yeah. In what, like 4 days?
Right, I know.
Completely rework it all.
Listen, though, do you have, like, the choreographer was Bob Fosse?
Yeah, uncredited.
Yeah, uncredited.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, and then one of the uncredited dancers goes on to star in West Side Story and wins an Academy Award for it. What's his name?
He was like Robert Brachia or something like that?
George Chakiris.
Oh, I was so wrong.
I understand what you were doing there. Yeah. And then, like, the costume design.
Edith Head.
8-time Academy Award winner. Because
those costumes are gorgeous. I mean,
Vera Ellen and Mandy.
Yeah.
When she's, oh God, I love it so much.
Well, okay, my hands down best dress is Rosemary Clooney at the Carousel Club.
Oh, yeah.
She is killing it with that dress.
Can I get that dress? Can I have a reason to wear that dress? And can I get that dress?
Right. And, I mean, granted, she has long Michael Jackson gloves on. We can forgive her for that.
I will allow it.
But
yeah,
that dress is insane. That was good.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying at the beginning. Like, it's just everything was firing on all cylinders here. The costumes, the choreography, the script, the songs,
music, the whole
actors,
thing.
the cast. It was perfect.
And it all fell into place.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if Fred Astaire would have played that role,
don't even.
It wouldn't have.
We would not be sitting here at this podcast.
We would not
discussing.
be talking. Somebody else might be, but we wouldn't be talking
us.
about it. So I want to talk about one of my favorite songs is when Betty can't sleep. And Judy sends her into the ski lodge.
Yep.
And she's wearing her, coat, and Bob just happens to be there.
Yep.
And that entire scene
that was a setup.
Ad-libbed.
Yep. I know. Yes.
Bob Hope ad-libbed that, which is where you get a lot of his. Like, his language was so unique.
His personality really comes out in that one.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Liverwurst and buttermilk.
Yes.
Ugh.
And so they take their sandwiches and they go over by the fire, and Count Your Blessings is the coziest of the coziest.
10 out of 10.
Yes.
Yeah.
Total 10 out of 10. But this is when they kiss for the first time.
I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did you think about that?
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Here they are.
Yeah, it was a great kiss.
It was a great kiss.
And I love the fact that it was pretty early. So it sets up that there's something going on.
Right.
You know, it's kind of a big deal. Boy, that wind's really picking up, isn't it? Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
We better put some more logs on the fire.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love that kiss. And she leaves and she's all dreamy. And Danny Kaye and Judy, they're looking in the window.
Yeah.
And they're all very happy about it.
High five. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
All right, so where does that take us to?
Did you think it was funny that the Colonel interrupted that?
Yes.
I was like, hey, buddy.
Do you not see what's going on?
Yeah.
Space.
Yeah.
Let's give him some space.
Like, look, crux of the movie right here.
And I felt like he did it on purpose.
Yeah. He's like, I'm here to make a sandwich. You guys can move along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on about your business.
If I saw something, sneak back
sorry.
back out of the room.
Yeah, continue what you're doing. All right, so where does that? Now we're in practice, right?
Yeah, well, we have the Colonel getting that letter.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a heartbreaker.
It is, because he thinks he's going back in the army.
So real.
Yeah.
I feel like that was such a real...
Now, you and I both were obviously not alive during that post-war era.
Yeah.
But both of us being historians, I feel like we... have studied that era a ton, which doesn't mean anything if, you didn't live through it. But I can imagine that song, What Do You Do with a General?
Yeah.
That's, what do you do?
I don't know. How do you transition these people back?
These men and women went over there and spent a great deal of time. And then you come home and it's just, and even like our veterans now.
They left their lives.
our veterans today go through that.
Yep.
They come home, and then how do you just switch back?
You can't.
Yeah, and he thinks...
The trauma that they go through over there, they just abandon their lives here. They have to just...
Which is so incredibly gutsy.
Everybody else has been moving on.
Yeah.
And they're just supposed to reinsert.
And they have been doing the most important job ever while we're back here going through our lives.
Yep.
And how do they come back and just pick it back up again?
Right.
That's so powerful.
Yeah.
And I think he thinks that he's not being a success.
Right.
And he wants to go back.
He wants to feel like he's contributing again.
Yeah. And his friend from the Pentagon kind of brushes it off as a joke.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't know, I think he doesn't really know how to tell him no.
Right.
That he can't do it, it's not possible.
Yeah.
And so at the beginning of that conversation, the general says, or Bing Crosby asked him if he plays horseshoes, and he says no, because he's too young, basically. And at the end of the conversation, he says, well, maybe he should pick up the game.
Pick that game up.
So that kind of shows us even more how much Bob and Danny Kaye need to step it up and help out.
Show him.
Yeah. So this is when the phone call comes.
Right. Which Emma, the housekeeper, only hears a very small portion of.
Yeah. She picks up the line and only hears bits and pieces, which makes Bob sound really bad.
It makes him sound like he's using the general to get $200,000
a free
advertisement.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're going to go on.
She doesn't hear Bob say, I will not exploit the general under any circumstances.
Casually doesn't hear that.
Yeah, right.
So what I think is funny is that the Ed Harrison show is supposed to be like the Tonight Show. And so he talks to him, and she doesn't hear any of that.
Yeah.
And of course, the very first person she runs into is Betty.
Betty, yeah.
And she is so upset. The housekeeper is so upset. She said that she's going to resign from her presidential spot as the busybody in the New England club. And she spills the entire wrong story to Betty.
Yep.
And Betty is so upset.
And Betty doesn't tell anybody.
No.
Like, if she had just confided in Judy, like, I feel like there would have been so many outs here.
Well, okay, so I was watching it, and I thought to myself, why didn't you just go straight to him?
Right.
And say...
though, I kind of feel like that's more realistic, the way she behaved.
It is.
Yeah.
Because she
not the right way to behave, but more realistic.
She got her validation from Danny Kaye. Immediately got the validation.
Yeah.
Because he said, yes, did the TV thing work out?
Yeah.
And he said everything he needed to say.
Yeah.
And to her, that...
was confirmation.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
And that sends him right into practicing where it all hits the fan.
Don't you like Betty in this?
Yes.
When she's giving him that cold shoulder. Yeah. And she's like, you know what? I don't want to do this song.
Yeah.
And then she, when she storms off, she, hits that chair.
Yeah.
I'm like, good. Get it, girl.
Yeah.
Show him you're not.
But I felt so sorry for Bing because he's like, what happened
He's like,
here?
we just had liverwurst and milk, and we were
really good kiss.
Making out.
Yes. And now what did I do?
No, I'd be going through, I'd be like, oh, okay. Maybe it was the liverwurst breath. I don't know.
I really hope it wasn't me.
She seemed into it, so I don't know.
All right. And she packs up and leaves.
Well, she packs up and leaves because Phil and Judy trick her.
Yes.
Judy, okay, this is the best. When Judy seduces Phil into proposing to her, and she's like, don't you find me, what does she call herself? Exciting. Something, and he's like, much like my Cocker Spaniel? Like, he compares her to his Cocker Spaniel.
But then he says something else.
I don't know what it is.
Look at his mouth.
Yeah.
It does not sync up, and you can tell that it's dubbed.
He doesn't say Cocker.
No, he doesn't.
Well, he's a man on the road. I'm like, how does he have a Cocker Spaniel?
Well, I can't find what he actually says.
You've looked.
But I have looked. But it's dubbed in, and his lips say something completely different.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's really cute. And so they decide that if it becomes an emergency, that they'll propose.
Right.
Hence the party. So the party's going on, and I love when they try to dance.
Yeah.
And that stupid guy keeps coming in.
Who's cutting in on dances all the time like this? Right. I don't know, but the mutual girl shows back up too.
Thank goodness.
I love her.
Because that guy needed somebody.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
But even he immediately looks put out by her.
Yeah. That girl goes on. She's pretty famous.
Does she?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, she goes on to do some pretty big movies.
Do you know what it's
so?
Any of them are?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Well, now I'm going to have to look it up.
Yeah,
I wish I had that as a Christmas cracker.
Sorry, you would have nailed it.
Oh, I missed my chance.
So, anyways, there is a scene there where Betty is sitting on the couch and her dress is completely fanned out.
I love it so much.
Yes!
Yeah.
It's just like she's a princess waiting.
I'm telling you, that woman deserved those 8 Academy Awards for that costume designing.
Oh, yeah. For sure. So, that's when, the whole thing, when Bing says, maybe we can just get back to before, maybe everything's good. And man, she shuts him down.
She doesn't even say anything. She's like, leaves the kitchen.
Yeah. And I just feel so bad for him standing there because he has no clue as to why this is happening.
He can't put it together.
No.
Yeah.
And so she goes to the carousel club, and the general drives her to the train. And he said, I can't help but think that this is not what is supposed to happen.
Right. And Bing sees her on the train.
Yeah.
And she's just like, bye. He's like, no, but you don't need to. She's like, bye.
Yeah.
He's like, but we can talk about this. Bye.
Yeah.
It's like she just shut him down every turn. Yeah.
And I love the fact that she has no moral gray area.
No, she doesn't.
She's like, this is wrong. I am cutting you off.
And don't you still, I view Rosemary Clooney as a person who just had very high moral standards.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's just her.
Yeah.
In real life.
I agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, she nixed that.
Yeah.
She said, this is not happening. So this is where we get to see the Carousel Club. Because Bing Crosby goes into New York to meet with Ed Harrison. And then we see the number that she does.
Yeah. One love affair.
Yeah. And she begs the guy at the beginning, can we not do
number?
this? Please, this is so awkward.
How do you go out there?
Yeah.
You sing it, you're like, this is towards you, buddy.
Really she felt so bad.
Did she write that up? Okay, that was one of the things I meant to look up. Is that a song that came out before that, or is it for that movie?
I think it's for the movie, but I'm not sure.
So did she write that on the train? She's like,
on the way.
My one love affair didn't get anywhere from the start.
And here's the other thing I want to note. Did she pack up those 5 guys and take them with her?
I know. He's the same guy from Mandy.
Yeah.
Oh boy, same page.
Exactly.
She's like, you're coming with me.
Come on.
guys.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get on the train.
I get you guys in the divorce. The act had to break up at some point, right, Judy? Taking your 5 men.
Oh my gosh. So that's such a good number. That is such a good number. She definitely
I felt
shines.
that one in my heart.
Yeah.
Like a little 8-year-old Emily was like, oh, my one love affair. Didn't get anywhere.
Standing in front of the TV in your garden gloves.
Right, absolutely.
Okay, but we skipped something that we have got to go back to.
What?
Choreography.
Oh, listen, I put when I put Bob calls Ed, Phil does choreography.
So it was obviously.
I just love it because it's so Danny Kaye, right? And I feel like it's such a comment on this new age kind of beatnik.
It's like new mod.
Yeah. And it's not the crisp, beautiful dancing of Singing in the Rain and
I didn't like it.
What?
I hate it.
Oh, I love it.
But they apparently created that entire scene so Danny Kaye would have more screen time because he couldn't keep up with Vera Ellen.
Yeah, understandable.
So
we had to bring in those other guys.
Yeah.
Who then get snatched for the Carousel Club.
I just think that whole choreography number is weird.
I love it. I like how weird it is.
Every time it comes on, I fast forward through it.
It seems like it doesn't fit with the rest of the movie.
It doesn't fit with the whole show.
But it's his whole, where he's doing the arm movements and stuff. I'm like, that's Danny Kaye.
It's pre-Vogue.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's where Madonna got it.
I bet it is.
Just like, pull up that scene with Danny Kaye. See those arm movements.
All right, so let's fast forward back to Bing Crosby is on the show. And he's saying that we we're not getting anything out of it. We just need the whole 151st Division up there on Christmas Eve.
And Rosemary Clooney, Betty is like, son of a
nutcracker.
Yeah, I did not read that situation.
Yeah, I was.
Pack up your bags, boys.
Here's what's funny though, is when she's sitting there and the camera zooms in on her, the two guys that are behind her drop out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, you're," and it's so like you're alone. You're totally by yourself because you're the one who really screwed this up. Yeah. So she's like, "Yeah, boys, pack up."
Go get on the train.
Get us some train tickets. We're going back.
I appreciate how flexible you guys are.
Really sorry.
I'm not going to move you again for a while, probably.
I feel really bad about this. So, we see like the busy train station. And that's all the soldiers coming in. Yeah.
How did they sneak him past the general?
Well, you think you would have noticed that it was busy.
His military background, being aware of your your environment, they're not sneaking them past the general.
So here's the thing,
unless he was up in the room the whole time trying to find his suits.
But yeah, and I'm going to get to that. But he could have thought that maybe it was just busy because of their show.
Oh.
Not realizing what was happening. But he has two suits and his uniform. And this has always bothered me, and I think it's just from my dad's perspective. My dad was very, very strict about his uniform. Yeah. Very strict. You never wear it as a civilian. You know, like he just...
As a no-no. Yeah. I was curious about that.
And it did bother me because I thought... I don't know. I would have probably gone and bought another suit.
Where are you going on Christmas Eve in Vermont?
That's true.
That's not happening.
They don't have Amazon.
Right.
Yeah. So I guess he didn't have a choice.
No, he did not.
Unless he was going down in his bathrobe. I hear what you're saying,
because I also thought about that too. But he had to go down to the show.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so all of the guys are dressed and ready. And he walks in. And I think his face kind of says it all. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, this is a really big deal. I don't know what to do with all this.
I just turned around and left. That's too much emotion for me.
And that cake was insane.
I have so many questions about that cake. I said to my husband 10 times, whose birthday is it? Why are there candles on there that are getting blown out? Who's making that cake? Is Emma making that cake? Because she's too busy on the phone.
Yeah, I know, right?
Losing suits, right? That was a weird choice.
Well, here's the thing, too. Those candles were enormous.
Yeah.
And I just kept waiting for the barrel on the tank to get burnt off.
Yeah.
That was driving me nuts.
Yeah,
I just kept
the whole thing was very scary. Yeah.
So,
blowing out candles.
He blows them out.
Yeah.
And then there's a second shot and they're lit again.
Oof.
Yeah.
Continuation error. Continuity error. Okay, my favorite song besides White Christmas coming up right now.
Okay.
Gee, I Wish I Was Back in the Army.
That's a good one.
Which is a song that was not from the movie.
Right. They had to change a line from
it. They did because in the original they say Crosby, Hope, and Benny. And Bing Crosby sings that line, so they had to change it to Jolson, Hope, and Benny.
Yep.
I love it.
Love it.
Love it.
And this is where we see Betty come back in.
Yeah.
And I love Bob's face when he sees Betty.
Listen, if she wasn't going to show up, who was going to be that fourth person?
Right, that's what I'm wondering.
That's a plot hole. You know what I mean? They just were really sure she was coming back in.
Yeah.
They're like, this is Betty's part, so...
Well, maybe it was going to be, what's her name? The first girl they tried to...
No, Mutual.
Yeah.
Mutual girl. Yeah. I don't even know her name.
It could have been... I mean, there was a whole stage crew back there.
It's only Betty.
Yeah.
Betty or nothing.
But did you also notice that when they come out, their pants are down? But when the thing pops up, their pants are all rolled up instantaneously.
Yeah.
It drives me nuts.
Oh.
Yeah.
Continue. What is that word?
Continuation?
Yeah, but there's a word for it. When
Continuity.
Continuity error.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we do the big scene where the general inspects the troops and they play the same song again.
From the beginning.
Yes.
Full circle.
Very touchy.
Yep.
And he realizes how much he's loved. But I also think he realizes his contribution.
Yeah.
Like he realizes that maybe he's kind of been stupid.
Yeah.
But he has this powerful contribution.
Yeah, yeah.
So that is full circle.
It is.
So then now that everything is wrapped up nice and tight, what happens?
Then they sang "It's White Christmas Time."
It starts snowing.
Yeah, it starts snowing. Where did they find those ballerinas?
I don't understand why when the general goes to look at the snow, the housekeeper pulls his granddaughter back. Like, don't go with him.
No, he needs a moment.
Go with him.
He needs a moment with the snow.
No, don't go with him.
Everything is back on track.
Yeah. He needs a second with the snow.
Right.
Okay, so let's talk about that stage.
Yeah. The way
that stage was insane.
Yeah.
And I'm going to bring this up. Tinsel.
Here we go. Okay, I did get a request on the from a listener that says we need a side-by-side of your tree versus my tree.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, because like with the tinsel and the colored lights versus my...
We'll do that.
Yeah.
Because I will put my tree up against anyone's.
I'll put my tree up against anybody's tree.
We'll see.
I just got to pick which one.
Yeah.
Which one am I picking?
How many do you have? I have 4.
I've got a couple, yeah.
I have 4 now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah, you got the space for it.
Yeah. So do you. All right, we'll do a side-by-side. That's going to be great. But I want to talk about that tinsel because that's not just tinsel.
Is it lint?
It's
Do you remember, just for our listeners, the former podcast where the guy calls it lint?
Brendan Elliott calls it lint. Does not make sense. It's not lint.
It's insane.
So it looks like the tinsel on that tree is hung by the individual strand. I'm not kidding. And
did you pause it?
I did, because that Christmas tree is like my dream Christmas tree.
Well, listen, if anyone can get it, it's you.
Don't think I wouldn't try.
Well, let's do it. Yeah.
I might. So I
won't do it because I can't touch the stuff.
Okay, so growing up, we did the tinsel. Did you do it growing up?
Absolutely. That's where my hatred for it comes from.
Good. I'm just making sure. Growing up, we had the same 3 strands of lights on the tree. It was the C9s on the bottom, the really hot ones that you couldn't put anything next to.
Right, because you were going to burn down the house. Yeah.
And a yellow string pair in the middle that only half of them worked.
Okay.
And then a blinking colored pair at the top. That plugged into a star that rotated from the heat. Oh. Now, trust me, there was a lot of heat on that tree.
That's so dangerous.
Yeah, I know. and it was all plugged in together. I don't know how
Emily is about ready to pass out.
I don't know how we did not burn our house down. Yeah. So every year it was the same 3 strands of lights.
Yeah.
Which I think is hilarious.
That's amazing.
My entire childhood.
That's a hashtag buy it for life. Yeah.
So... And then we would take individual strands of tinsel and hang them on the branches. And my mom...
How long did it take to decorate that tree?
It took forever.
Yeah, like days.
My mom would not let me do anything but individual strands. She was very anal about that.
Yeah.
So, but don't
do it.
I would get behind the tree and take a handful
and just throw it at it.
Throw it at it. And she would scream, "Don't clump it!"
That sounds like me.
So to this day, I still, like on the way home today, I am stopping at Walgreens because I know they have tinsel and I'm buying all the tinsel they have.
And you'll get all of it because nobody else buys it.
That's right. And I will put it on our tree strand by strand.
Oh my God. Your poor child. He's gonna get a clump of it and he's gonna poop it. He'd be like,
you know, he's got a good reach right now.
Right.
That's what's going to be happening. All right, we need to take a break. We've gone way off course. All right, let's take a break.
Okay.
Okay, so that was a long-winded discussion about White Christmas.
Was. I mean, I knew this was going to happen.
So let's talk about the coziness.
Okay, easy. 10 out of 10.
Roaring.
Yeah.
What does it for you?
It's the end.
Me too.
The end and the snow. I mean, we don't get the snow till the end, but just love it.
It's that scene for me when Bob and Betty are eating the sandwiches in the buttermilk and the fire and the lodge and that's it.
Yep.
That did it for me.
Love it.
There wasn't even a question.
No, it wasn't. I mean, it's what I mark everything else against.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like this, it's my barometer for cozy.
On Christmas Day, when we start opening presents, we put this on and we just play it over and over again all day long.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's that cozy. sorry. That would have been the cookies.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Oh no! I hope they're okay.
All right, so that's okay. So this will be the movie that we
now
judge every other movie against.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
All right, let's take a break.
Okay.
All right, so it's time for the cookie.
Christmas cookies.
Christmas cookies.
These look amazing.
So this again is from the Gooseberry Patch cookbook, Cozy Christmas Comforts. Mm-hmm. And I have like 20 Gooseberry Patch. I love them so much.
Okay.
Because they are all comfort foods. Mm. And this one is called a white Christmas mix.
No.
Yes.
So
white
clever.
Christmas mix.
Yes.
So it reminds me if you've ever had any kind of like a puppy chow kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because it has Life cereal in it, M&M's.
Cheerios. Yeah.
Cheerios.
So cute. This is like the perfect kid treat too.
It really is.
Yeah.
And
Did Cooper get 2 handfuls of this?
He has not, but I'm sure he will.
Oh, this is so good, Gina.
It has... you can actually cut these into bars too. Mm-hmm. So... It has...
This is my favorite thing you've done.
Really? Mm-hmm. Wow. Mm-hmm. So, it has bite-sized crispy rice cereal. Uh-huh. Cheerios. Mini pretzels.
Sorry for chewing.
Salted peanuts. Mm-hmm. M&M's.
Oh, I love it.
Green and red, of course.
I gotta give some of this to my husband. He'll love this.
White chocolate. And that's kind of what's holding everything together.
I taste it.
But then after she was finished with the kind of turtles that we did, we had an entire bowl of chocolate left over. So I took the spoon and I drizzled it across the entire thing. Yeah, so that's kind of what's holding it together.
This is my favorite. I love it.
It is really tasty.
Did you already have some? You tried some yesterday?
No, I did not.
You gotta go in fresh.
Oh, I always wait till here.
Good job. I don't know if I'd have this that kind of self-control.
Would this be considered a breakfast food?
Oh, that cereal, yeah, absolutely. That's what my kids would argue.
It has life in it. It has Cheerios in it.
Yeah.
I don't know why this wouldn't be a life.
Right.
I think I'll take some to school in the morning for breakfast.
That sounds good.
Is this
the kids are gonna be like, "Are you eating cookies?"
No, I'm gonna say no. I'm eating cereal.
Cereal, yep.
Don't you worry about what I'm doing. All right, so we'll post this recipe too, but check out Gooseberry Patch because they have several awesome Christmas cookbooks.
You need to at them.
Oh, I'm going to
On Twitter because they did a good job.
They did a really good job.
People like their stuff. Those people are me.
Well, this and the mocha. I have to say our entire menu this time has been lighter, so that we haven't been.
We can continue on with our day still.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't need to take a nap. So I think we did a good job.
I still might take a nap though.
Well, yeah, I might too. All right.
Sorry for the chewing, everybody.
All right, let's take a break. So this is my favorite part.
My favorite part.
And this is where, if you haven't listened to us before, if we like the movie and we feel like the movie has earned an ornament, then we give it an ornament. And
it's a big deal to get an ornament.
It is a big deal. Although I feel like I kind of give them away freely compared to you.
No, I'm not high. I got high standards.
You do.
That's one of people's biggest complaints about me.
Well, you've always told me how low my standards are when it comes to movies.
It's true. And I still love you. Still love you.
Okay, so we both have these interesting little boxes. And inside is the ornament, but the other person doesn't know
if there's an ornament or not.
Right, so we open. Yeah. So, you want to go first?
I will open first.
Okay.
So I'm opening yours right now. Oh my goodness. This is amazing. Oh, it's a cute little inn.
Yes.
Of course it got an ornament. And it is
and it lights up. Wait a minute. Look at the bottom. You have to turn it on.
Oh, boy. I cannot wait for people to see this.
Right?
This is perfection. I
Aw,
love it.
thank you.
It's so cute. It's really you in an ornament.
Yeah, well, the walls are plaid.
Yeah,
so.
but it's very you.
Thank you.
But the cozy. This
Yeah.
is like cozy on an ornament. Love it.
All right.
Very cute.
Let me open. I'm so excited.
Okay.
If there's not an ornament in here, we're done.
Well, I told you my expectations were really
I know. I'm just saying
so-
we are done if there's not an ornament
That's
in
it.
here.
The end of the podcast.
Oh, thank God. oh my gosh. It's a cute little... Is this for buttermilk?
It's buttermilk, yep.
Yes. It's a cute little milk bottle.
Yeah. Old timey.
That's so funny because when I went and looked for an ornament, I was thinking of milk or sandwiches.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then I came across that.
This is perfect.
This is perfect.
I think we've got 2 perfects.
Buttermilk.
10 out of 10.
So I think this is almost... I don't know if we should have done this because I think this is what we will hold all other movies to the standard.
Everything else just needs to... You got to hit that white Christmas mark.
Everything else needs to man up.
Yeah, just toughen up.
Yeah.
Don't lower your expectations. Everybody else meet those expectations.
That's right.
That's not reasonable.
Obviously, we love this movie.
White Christmas. If you've never seen it,
I don't even know what to say to you.
can we continue?
I mean, unless even Cooper's seen it and he's 2.
Yeah, my kids have seen it.
I don't even know what to say to you if you've not seen it.
I don't either. It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
So go
watch
ahead.
it.
Watch it.
Right now, whatever you're doing, stop this
Pull
and
the
go
car
watch
over.
it.
If you're listening in the car.
Yeah.
Stop teaching.
Whatever you're doing, stop.
Yeah.
And start watching
this movie.
Okay.
Where are we going to go from here now?
I don't even know.
Because I am worried.
Yeah.
You know, this is like the height. We peaked.
Yeah.
Episode 4 peaked.
Well, what's our next Hallmark movie?
Right Before Christmas.
Okay.
Right Before with Chad Michael Murray.
And might I suggest A God Wink Christmas?
What's that one?
A God Wink Christmas? With Kathy Lee Gifford?
We'll discuss.
Okay.
Yikes.
All right.
So, yeah, that's it. Hey, make sure that you are following us on Instagram, Twitter. We're on Facebook, Cozy Cabin Podcast. We are now on iTunes. You can find our podcast on iTunes. And where it all started, the blog.
Yes.
cozycabinpodcast.com. Check us out.
Great.
Yeah, please.
All right.
Everybody have a great week.
Have a great week. Check you later.
Check you later.